fertility is a big issue, and in the Caribbean too. And also too, I think as women defer marriage and even pregnancy and get on the career track. Do you see a woman in their late 20s to mid 30s also struggling with infertility? Have you seen an increase in it? Or, and also too, what could you tell that age bracket in terms of, is there such a thing as taking care of your health in terms of the fertility issue? And what would you say to them? And first of all, please address the question of, are you seeing women postponing it, and how does that impact fertility later on?
Well, I think first of all, the issue about male factor, yes, male factor is on the rise, and when you look at all the chemicals that we're taking in, bottled water apparently has chemicals in it, everything you eat now has got hormones in it. Chicken has got estrogen hormones in it, and plus don't forget the testes hang outside the body because they have to be cooler. But now, instead of men being out working and on the farm or whatever it used to be in the olden days, they're sitting in cars for an hour and a half commuting back and forth. They're sitting at a desk all day, so their testes are heating up. And combine that with the hormones that they're taking in their food and the chemicals they're taking in the plastics and all of the environmental factors that we have, you have to see a drop in sperm counts, and it's a worldwide phenomenon. It is pretty prevalent in the Caribbean. Is it because we have less restrictions than, say, the EU or America on pesticides and all your chemicals and your sprays? Maybe. You know, they say the spray that the chemicals they spray banana crops with are very damaging to the male testes. You don't know where it's coming from, but it's definitely on a decrease. And then at the same time as the sperm levels are decreasing, women are leaving it later. You know, we're being empowered by our generation to go to college and have a career and do really well for yourself. And what happens is that as you're building all these things, your biological clock stops. And we're born with all of our eggs. And that eventually runs out. And it doesn't matter if you go to the gym. I mean, people say to me, but what do you mean? I'm 44, but, you know, I'm healthy and, you know, I go to the gym and I eat really well. And we're like, I know, but your eggs are still 44. It doesn't matter whether you're healthy or not. It's all about the age of the egg. I mean, yes, of course, it helps you if you're healthy for your well-being, but as far as your fertility is concerned, it's all about the age. The age of the egg is just crucial, and as we get older, you've got more things going wrong. Your eyesight goes wrong for a start, forget about fertility, but of course what happens is the eggs don't work as well, the womb, the tubes, everything just slows down as we get older, so therefore there has to be more complications in every medical area, but especially fertility.
Can you address a couple who's considering fertility? They want to do it, and we know for a fact that couples wait and delay the process of making the final decision. I want you to send a message to them that tells them to come to BFC.
Well, the first thing I tell them is, and I spoke to a woman yesterday who's 39 and can't afford IVF and wants to save for it. And the first thing I tell them is that you don't have time to save. The best thing that you can do is take a bank loan or borrow the money, and you can pay it back, but you can never turn back the biological clock. So why pay the same for IVF at 39 as you will when you're 41 and you have half the success rates? So the first thing is that do it as soon as you can feasibly do it. Look, if someone asked me to come up with $8,000 in the morning, I couldn't. But the most important thing is that you can pay a loan back to somebody, but you can't turn back that clock. So your first message is don't leave it too long. Don't try and save for the procedure. Take that money and pay it back, because time is of the essence. And if you're going to spend the money and you're going to take a bank loan and you're going to invest so much emotionally, physically and financially into doing it, you've got to do it with the best. And, you know, at the end of the day, that's what Barbados Fertility Centre is. You know, we've got the accreditation, we've got the high success rates, we've got the good patient care. I have a letter from a patient who was a baby from us who had a cycle elsewhere, and she said we obviously got her pregnant first time, but she said the difference was that we care. We really do care. You know, if they, you know, miss a medication or if they need an earlier appointment or a later appointment, we don't have a treadmill type of facility. Every person in our team cares. They'll do a follow-up call, you know, and that makes a big difference. It again drops in their success rates, because they feel that even if they don't get pregnant, because we can't get everyone pregnant, at least if they don't get pregnant, they feel that they had the best chance, because that's what we will give every single person who walks through our door.